Imagine staying at a luxury hotel where every detail is carefully designed to provide a unique experience. Now, imagine waking up in the middle of the night and realizing that all the guests have disappeared without a trace, leaving all their belongings behind. This is the mystery surrounding the Marwood Hotel, a place that became famous not for its comfort, but for an event that defies explanation. A night when all its guests simply vanished. What truly happened? Before we dive deeper into this story, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you won't miss any of our suspense-filled mysteries. If you've ever had an unexplainable experience, share it in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. The story begins with Daniel, the manager of the Marwood Hotel, known for his professionalism and dedication to his job. Marwood was a sophisticated hotel offering everything guests could want: beautifully decorated rooms, a friendly staff, and high-end amenities. On this particular night, the hotel was nearly fully booked. Guests from various places had chosen Marwood as their weekend retreat. Daniel remembered that night as one of the busiest of the month. He worked late to ensure everything was in perfect order before leaving. After a final inspection around 2 in the morning, he wished the night receptionist a good evening, making sure she had everything under control, and went home. Little did he know that when he returned the next morning, he would find the hotel transformed into a scene straight out of a horror movie. Upon arriving in the morning, Daniel noticed something unusual as he parked his car. The usually packed lot was nearly empty. As he walked into the lobby, he was greeted by an unsettling silence, and the receptionist who should have been there was nowhere to be seen. Confused, he called for the head of security, but there was no sign of him either. Intrigued, Daniel climbed to the guest floors, and what he found was as baffling as it was terrifying. The doors to the rooms were open, with luggage, clothes, and personal belongings scattered around, yet the guests had disappeared. Each room told the same story: clothes left on the beds, doors open, and an absolute silence. What was even more puzzling was how the belongings were laid out, suggesting that no one had prepared to leave. It was as if, in an instant, all the guests had been removed from the hotel at once, with no chance to take anything. Alarmed, Daniel called the police, who quickly dispatched a team to investigate. The initial theory was that the hotel might have been the target of a mass kidnapping, or perhaps even a robbery. However, nothing seemed to have been stolen. Jewelry, wallets, cell phones, all valuables were intact, as if the guests had vanished for no reason at all. As the police combed through the site, it became clear there were no signs of struggle or intrusion, as though the disappearance had been completely peaceful and inexplicable. During the investigation, some strange accounts started to surface. A kitchen staff member mentioned hearing strange voices and whispers during the night, but thought it was just the guests enjoying the hotel's ambience. Another employee reported feeling an icy breeze in the hallways, as if an invisible presence was walking alongside her, but she ignored it at the time. However, it was a guest's account that truly caught the investigators' attention. She reported waking up in the middle of the night to hear footsteps in the corridor. When she opened the door, she didn't see anyone but felt a heavy atmosphere and slight dizziness, as if the space around her was shifting. This eerie story was the only sign of a presence that night, but the most mysterious part was that this guest hadn't disappeared like the others. For some reason, she seemed to have been spared. The police then turned to the hotel's security cameras, hoping for concrete answers. But, to everyone's surprise, the cameras had simply stopped working at midnight. Technicians analyzed the system and found no explanation for the shutdown. It was as if an invisible force had deliberately erased any record of what happened. The hotel quickly became a mystery and an enigma without explanation. Over time, Rumors began circulating among staff and local residents. Some said the hotel was cursed, and that the mass disappearance was just one episode in a long history of unexplainable events. Stories even emerged about a tragic accident during the hotel's construction that had taken the lives of several workers, with some believing their spirits still haunted the hotel's corridors. With so many unanswered questions, Daniel found himself haunted by what had happened. He kept asking himself what could have caused the mass disappearance and if indeed the hotel was cursed. In a desperate attempt to understand, he decided to spend one night alone in the hotel. The experience was as chilling as it was baffling. At midnight, Daniel began to hear soft footsteps and faint voices echoing through the corridor. He called out, thinking it might be a staff member, but no one replied. He felt a chill run down his spine, as if he were being watched by an invisible presence. Minutes dragged on, and the sense that something was terribly wrong only grew. When morning arrived, Daniel realized he had fallen asleep on the lobby floor, with no clear memory of how he got there. At this point, the police had no idea how to proceed. With no physical evidence or logical explanation, the case was filed away as unsolved. The Marwood Hotel was eventually shut down, its doors locked, and public access was prohibited. Even so, the mystery continued to attract the curiosity of explorers and thrill seekers. To this day, the hotel remains empty, but some local residents swear that on full moon nights, you can see lights turning on in the rooms, as if the missing guests were still wandering the halls. Many believe the mystery will never be solved and that the hotel harbors secrets no one will ever uncover. And you, what do you think happened at the Marwood Hotel? Share your theory in the comments and subscribe to the channel for more chilling stories. Share this video with friends who love a good mystery and see if anyone can uncover what really happened that night when everyone vanished.